everyone. Thanks for joining us in the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center. I'm Molly O'Brien. This is Michael DeGrandpre with the Providence Downtown Neighborhood Association. Thanks so much for joining us.
Hey, you're welcome. Delighted to be here.
So glad to have you. It's always so nice to see you.
Thank you.
Even though it's a little gloomy outside, we're going to have a positive, optimistic conversation, right?
Yes,
yeah,
of course.
Of course. It's always sunny when you're here visiting us. So we're talking a little bit about the River Walk Restoration Project. Downtown Neighborhood Association has been really vital in helping restore this pretty big stretch. Last year, a bunch of volunteers helped. So we're going to talk to you about that and then the next kind of section of this project. So why don't you tell me a little bit about what you've done so far with volunteers and then what's coming up next.
Great. So we started off by doing a section of the Riverwalk that's down by the Hot Club and the Hurricane Barrier. And initially what we found, the whole reason we got into this is we found several of our residents who would walk up and down. They were like, geez, there's some cables missing, some of the stuff could be repainted. And so we started down by the Hot Club and the Hurricane Barrier. And there was actually huge chunks of fence that was missing. And so we were able to put that stuff back into place. Yep, we worked with the Parks Department. They've been absolutely wonderful. Wendy and her staff, Jim and some of the other guys there have been really great additions to helping us out with this. We actually couldn't do it without them. But because they give us the supplies and then we help them with the labor of actually getting the stuff done. So we started down there and then that was probably about a year ago actually. And then we did from Hemingway's all the way to about 1.25 miles, where the official stanchions and cables ends, because that's where they're starting the pedestrian bridge.
Okay, yeah.
So we took care of all that section, and with the help of RISD, we had some of their maintenance guys help us out. They replaced the cables that go there, which there's all great, beautiful stuff done about 20 years ago, but there hasn't been a lot of great maintenance just because it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
So we've been really excited and happy to be able to help the city and the Parks Department working on that stuff. So we last summer took care of most of that. We replaced all the cables, got rid of that ugly fencing down by the Hot Club, and or the temporary ugly fencing, I should say. And then we repainted a whole bunch of stuff. And so we've been doing both sides of the river. And
both sides, wow.
Yeah, so we kind of reached a little bit off over to the Jewelry District side. But we've really been focusing on the side that goes along by Hemingway's and South Water Street. And we got up until about the Crawford Street Bridge last year. And next is the next frontier to conquer is the Wild West of the water fire, kind of from where that Crawford Street Bridge is up into the Water Place Basin. So
okay, so that's kind of like Memorial Park area, right?
Exactly. Yep,
okay.
Memorial Park.
Okay, so when you're doing this, who are you looking for? Does it cost any money, or are you just looking for kind of like gung-ho folks that they're willing to give up a couple hours and help paint, sand, that kind of thing?
Yeah, so
if their hands dirty or gloves dirty.
Yep, and we won't disappoint if you're looking to get a little elbow grease or maybe a little oil-based paint on you. We will definitely deliver like Domino's, so that's always a good deal. But we'll take, I shouldn't say we'll take, we love to have anyone who is willing to put in a little bit of time with us. Much like the spirit of the DNA in terms of our meetings and our membership, we're very inclusive, so we love to have anyone who's interested in painting, sanding, trash cleanup, a little bit of maintenance. Every once in a while you have to get a wrench out. So we're interested in having anyone, and we do get people from all ends of the spectrum. So that's been a lot of fun too, because we get a lot of great community members who come out and join us. So
let me ask you this: how important is it to have volunteers? Because I've read that this has helped help the city of Providence save over $100,000 in labor costs.
Yeah, we that's a rough estimate that we put together, but it is critical that we have these volunteers who come out and help us with the cleanup. I mean, we couldn't do it without them, period. Last year, we were very fortunate over the course of the summer. We had probably 160 volunteers over the course who came out and helped us with the project. At one event, we had, I think, close to 60 or 70 people who came out, and that was when we did the big chunk from Hemingway's down to 1.25 miles. But it's just we couldn't do without them. And we are so thankful for people who come out. And I'll tell you, we get people from downtown Providence. We've had people from as far as Cranston, which is not far, but Warwick. We had somebody, a husband and wife from Mansfield, Massachusetts. Their kids live here in downtown. They heard about it and they're like, oh, I'll come down. And very strangely, or awesomely, I guess, is we've also had people who will stop as they're walking by. We had a woman, she was visiting from England, and she was walking by, and she's like, yeah, I'll paint something. And we're like, well, you have a very nice rain jacket on. She's like, I don't care. So she's out there with a paintbrush getting after it. And we had, we were in Burnside Park helping doing some weeding over there a couple weeks ago. And we had a woman and her daughter from Brazil who were staying at the Biltmore, and they decided to help us too. So we love having anyone from the community of the world, I guess you could say, come and join us. And even if you just want to sit on the bench and give moral support, we'll take that too. We love everyone.
Well, that's what I was going to say too. How crucial is it that people kind of step up? You know, we have people that come into our city for numerous reasons. People live here, Downtown Neighborhood Association. People work here, so people drive in from all over. People drive in here from Boston. People drive in here from Westerly. So people are coming here to work. But then we have big events like Waterfire that draw in people from all over the world to come see our city. So when it's kind of in disarray, whether it's from lack of repairs or there's trash on the ground or that needs to be weeded, so how important is it for us to kind of just give back to make the city look somewhat presentable in terms of whether it's, picking up trash and kind of just helping in that kind of way. So how important is it for us to do that so the city looks good?
It's really critical, period. We just, there's so much in this beautiful city that needs love. And, the people in the Parks Department and the city in general, they all do a great job with what they can, but there's a lot that we have in this beautiful city, and I guess it's a double-edged sword. It's great that we have so much, but it's also tough to take care of everything. So as residents, we're really excited to be able to give back and really get a sense of ownership when it comes to these projects around the city. Now, one of the great things, we've had many people say that they love walking by the Water Place Riverwalk now because they feel a sense of, again, ownership, because they painted that post. They can point to the post that they did. And that people love that. I mean, myself included. We went to Waterfire the other night, and as we're walking around, we had some guests with us, and I said, see that bench over there? See that green? Notice how there's no drips? That was me. So people love that.
Or notice those drips.
Yeah, that was on me.
That was my first one. I figured it out after that.
Yeah, but it's critical. It gives people a sense of ownership and a total sense of pride, which is really what we find with a lot of people who are coming out anyway, is that they are proud of this city. And there's a new generation of people in Providence who are really excited to put forth a little effort to make these changes and better the city in any way that we can. So it's a great collaborative effort with the city and the Parks Department and everyone else to make all this happen. So
I like that. And I think there's something to be said to give back a little bit for the place that you live, you work, you play,
absolutely.
Right? I think there's something to be said to make it, and just to be part of the community that you are actually part of, right?
Absolutely. Again, it's that sense of ownership that people really appreciate having. And we do work and play and live here, and so why not, taking 2 hours out of your day or out of your week once a month to come down and throw a little paint on a stanchion in a public park or on a bench. And it makes a huge difference too. So.
Yeah. Well, and apparently too, I think the cost that you guys had done the average of, that makes, we're paying for certain things to be taken care of, but to help cut costs in any way possible.
Absolutely.
That helps. So it was scheduled for today, but there's a little bit of crummy weather. So even better, it gives a little bit more time for our friends out there to help volunteer. You can put it on your calendar. So what's the new schedule?
So the new schedule is we are going to be on August 7th. We're going to be doing the Riverwalk cleanup. We'll be down in the Memorial Park area, down by the Holocaust Memorial, in the World War I and II, or just one? The big, tall...
the tall pillar.
Pillar
right?
guy, yeah.
Okay.
We'll be down there.
That's
but in any event, we'll be down there.
World War II, I think.
I think it's right next to it.
Yeah, it's right next. Yeah.
We digress, but it's down there. So we'll be there. I know that we have some friends from some local businesses who will be providing some lemonade and some other stuff like that. So we'll be really excited to have them and some other great community friends. And I think it's 5:30 is when we'll be.
Okay, August 7th, you said?
August 7th, which is a Monday. And of course, on our Facebook page for DNA Providence, Downtown Neighborhood Association, we'll have all the updates and everything posted there. And it's just a great resource in general, the DNA's Facebook page. So be sure to go over there and like it, and we'll have all the updates. And we post all the time whenever we're doing cleanups, whether it's painting or it's weeding. We do a lot of different things. So we're more than happy to put that stuff up there and get you guys out there.
And you have a meeting coming up as well. What's kind of on the agenda? What else is going on downtown?
Well, we are still formulating the agenda, but we I think that we might have an update from the DID, who's going to be coming in. We also we just had, and I think we may have them again, to be determined. So don't chisel that in stone quite yet.
Okay.
But we've got the guys from the Shack who are putting up the new place over a temporary kind of clam shack, I guess. Is how to describe it. We're going to be putting that up over on the in the Jewelry District land, right where the I-195 land is. So we'll probably be talking a little bit about that. We've got a lot of good things coming up. So we've and as we always do every month, Rich Pizzillo is the president of the Downtown Neighborhood Association. Does a great job of working with community leaders to figure out great informative things that we can put on the agenda. So every month we're getting the word out there about something. So
that's good.
And those meetings are open to the public too, so feel free
Anybody
to come
can
by.
come. Anybody can come. And that's at Aurora, coming soon, just in the next 2 weeks probably?
Yes, it's the second Tuesday of August.
Okay.
And it's consistently the second Tuesday of every month.
Okay.
At Aurora.
Do you know, I'm just kind of curious because I'm always popping by over there, how the schedule on Burnside Park is going? And
I know that they are very interested in getting that ready to go by the end of this. Actually, by the end of this month is what I had heard. I know that they've got the beer garden, which is going, and the farmers market, which are
farmers market always looks good. Yeah.
It is grade A. Let me tell you, it is. We go over there frequently because they have a great selection of local vegetables and products in general. And I know that it's an eclectic. They have an eclectic smorgasbord of different things that you can choose from. So there's lots of options, very friendly people. And it's just a great, again, community thing that you see going on over there, where you've got people coming from all over to buy their goods, kind of old school Italian market style. So we really get a kick out of having that. And of course the beer garden as well is kicking off. And I know that Brandon's Beach, which is the playground, which is under construction. I don't know if that's specifically what you're talking about.
Kind of. It was kind of all the above, but the playground, kind of what the status is. Yeah,
Brandon's Beach should be wrapped up shortly.
Cool.
I don't have a date, so I don't want to get quoted on that, but they, I was over there recently, very recently, and we were doing a weeding project actually, and we were taking a peek in there, and it looks like it's coming together really well.
Yeah, okay.
It should be an awesome playground space, and if I was a little smaller to fit into the swings, I'd probably go over there myself, but they've done a phenomenal job. The design of the playground is surely much more magnificent than when I was a kid. So
no kidding. Because it looked like it was getting close, but I wasn't quite sure. I thought you might have it handy, but that's
they're cranking on it, and I know that we have some more projects coming up over there as well.
Okay.
So we'll be continuing to make improvements in the park, and we're really excited about that partnership with the Parks Department, the DPPC, and others that did and stuff like that. So
that's great.
Always good things going on over there. Stay tuned.
Yeah, it's cleaning up nicely. Always looks nice over there, and it was good to see a lot of activity, a lot of positive activity through downtown.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Michael, thank you so much. This has been fun chatting with you. If you're interested in volunteering, you can get in touch with them, Downtown Neighborhood Association. So again, that's going to be next Monday, 5:30. Just meet them over. Do you want people to get in touch with you beforehand or just show up?
They can just, there is an Eventbrite registration page actually. And it's next Monday the 7th, or is it the Monday after?
I think it's the 7th. It's the Monday after.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks, sorry.
In 2 Mondays.
Jumping ahead of myself. Jumping ahead.
We appreciate the enthusiasm.
Don't show up next Monday.
Not next
Monday. They will not be there.
At 5:30 Memorial Park. And yeah, if you, we generally encourage people to register through Eventbrite, which you can get to through our Facebook page. But we also welcome people who are interested in coming. So
Yeah, that helps with supplies and all that kind of good stuff.
exactly. And if we do have a cancellation, it helps us to be able to spread the word much more easily. So
Perfect.
we appreciate that.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, it's my pleasure to be here.
All right,
Thank
everyone,
you.
we're going to get set up for our next guest, so hang tight with us here at the Navigate Credit Union Broadcast Center.